Hey y'all, happy Tuesday, happy spoken word Tuesday. I hope you guys Tuesdays come along fine. You guys know on Tuesdays I like to bring the word. And today we're going to talk about why you guys keep, turn your back against the Father, right? He wants you guys to testify against him, right? Because earlier I done my short, and my show was based off Micah 6:3 and Micah 6:8, right? Just asking you guys, to testify against the Father, because he wants you to, come on and bring some evidence, on why you guys treat him like you treat him, especially when he only been good to you guys, right? All right, so the short I read earlier, like I said, oh my God, let me put this on right, okay? There we go. Let me tell y'all, I be having to do so much, I get a little bit confused. Let me put this on right. I just threw the scarf on my head. Anyway, okay. So the first short I read today, this morning, was Micah 6:8. And the Father says, He had shewed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God, right? And if you guys also want to know, when I told you guys to testify against thee, that came from Micah 6:3. See, the Father said in Micah chapter 6, verse 3, KJV version, O my people, what have I done unto thee? And wherein have I wearied thee? Testify against thee, right? So the Father just said testify against him. Since you guys sitting up here and bringing all these things against him, turning your backs against him, whatever he done to you guys, could have told you guys to tell you guys what is good, right? He said what is good. All he's saying is that he require of thee to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy, right? But you guys make it so hard, and turn your backs against him harshly. So he wants to know, testify against thee. Tell him why you guys do it, right? Tell him. Again, Micah 6:3, O my people, what have I done unto thee? And wherein have I wearied thee? Testify against thee. Testify against thee. Testify against thee. Anyway, you guys, so I'm going to read chapter 6, Micah, okay? Of course, these two choices in this chapter, okay, because this chapter is all about, the goodness of, what the Father wants you guys to do and how you guys turn your back on him, right? He wants you guys to hear him out and everything, right? Okay? Listen to, on what he's saying, right? Hear him out. All right, here we go. And this right here, this word, was spoken by Micah. Micah had a vision, okay, from the Father. And guess you guys, most prophets, when they read, when they tell you guys something, it's because they had a vision. And a vision don't always have to be a dream, because the Father do come with dreams. And if you have 2 or more dreams, it's confirmation. 2 or more the same things in your dreams, it's confirmation, right? But the Father comes in dreams, and he also comes to visions where a person can be standing right there and going to a straight trance. And this is what happened probably with, Isaiah, Micah, Jonah, Amos, this is what happened to them when the Father put them in a trance, and he come right where they at and put them in a trance and allowed them to see a vision. So right now, I am going to speak on Micah vision, right, that the Father gave him. And the header says, again, chapter 6, okay, KJV version. And the header says, in spite of all his goodness to them, the people have not served the Lord in spirit and in truth. They must do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly before him. Verse 1, have ye now what the Lord said? Arise, contend thou before the mountains, and let the hills hear thy voice. Hear ye, O mountains, the Lord controversy, and ye strong foundations of the earth. For the Lord had a controversy with his people, and he will plead with Israel. So let's say that again. He said, testify against thee, right? He said, hear ye, O mountains, the Lord's controversy. The controversy he had with Israel, okay? And ye strong foundations of the earth. For the Lord had a controversy with his people, and he will plead with Israel. Verse 4. O my people, what have I done unto thee? And wherein have I wearied thee? Testify against thee. So the Father said he had a controversy with Israel. He will plead against Israel. He said, testify against him. Oh, foundations of earth, the strong foundations of the earth who are Israel. All right. verse 4. For I brought thee up out of the land of Egypt and redeemed thee out of the house of servants. And I sent before thee Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. You see, let me just read that again. For I brought thee up out of the land of Egypt and redeemed thee out of the house of servants, right? The Father sent before thee Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. And you know, Moses and Aaron are brothers, and Miriam is their sister, okay? All right, verse 5. Oh, my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, consulted, and what Balaam, the son of Beor, answered him from Shittim unto Gilgal, that ye may know the righteousness of the Lord. Okay, with this right here, oh, my people, remember now what Balak, king of Moab, consulted, and what Balaam, the son of Beor, answered him from Shittim unto Gilgal, that ye may know the righteousness of the Lord. You guys got to understand that Balak was afraid of Israel because Israel was so powerful, okay? So Balak used Balaam, who's the son of Beor, to go try to cause Israel to fall, right? Israel wouldn't fall, right? He kept coming, and he wouldn't fall. I think he came like 3 times, and Israel wouldn't fall, and they were scared of Israel because they were so strong and aggressive. They was God's people, and they knew God was protecting them and was like defeating them from their enemies. Now, what happened was Beor, the son, Balaam, the son of Beor, you know, started bringing that foreign women, right, to come over to seduce Israel. And those foreign women start doing all these sexual nasty things, and you know, men, they can be so lustful, and women too. So he caused them, you know, to fall into their lustful desire. So the foreign women came over and seduced Israel and caused them to open them up and expose them and caused them to start doing the same thing, same nasty sexual things they do, you know, and caused them to follow Baal, you know, which in turn caused the Father to curse Israel. So when Balaam, the son of Beor, had, you know, brought the foreign woman to cause Israel to fall, that's when the Father cursed Israel. Because Israel brought it upon themselves by allowing Balak and Beor to come, you know, basically put a spell on them. It's basically witchcraft. All right, verse 6. Wherewith shall I come before the Lord and bow myself before the high God? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? Would the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000s, or with 10,000s of rivers of oil? Should I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? Had he shewed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God, right? Let's read that again. The Father said he had shewed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. The Lord's voice cried unto the city, and the man of wisdom shall see thy name. Hear ye the rod, and who hath appointed it? Verse 10. Are there yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and the scant measures that is abominable? Shall I count them pure with the wicked balances, and with the bag of deceitful weights? For the rich man thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. Therefore also would I make thee sick, and smiting thee, and making thee desolate because of thy sins. Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied, and thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee, and thou shalt take hold, but shalt not deliver, and that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword. Thou shalt sow, but thou shalt not reap. Thou shalt tread the olives, but thou shalt not anoint thee with oil and sweet wine, but thou shalt not drink wine. For the statutes of Omri, let's do this again. For the statutes of Omri are kept. Okay? And all the works of the house of Ahab, and ye walk in their counsels, that I should make thee a desolation, and the inhabitants thereof an hissing. Therefore ye shall bear the reproach of my people. All right, so you guys see, he just pleading with Israel right now. He want to know why you guys come to turn your backs on him. Testify against the Father. He's saying right now, he's saying testify against the Father. He plead with you guys, right? Like he said, would the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams or with 10,000 of rivers? Shall he give his firstborn, for a transgression, the fruit of his body, the sin of the soul, Would the Lord be pleased with that? No, he will not. Because of your sins, he has made you guys land waste and desolation. He has caused you guys heads, the princes and everything of Israel to fall by the sword. Okay? He has caused our land to be desolate. He has caused us to be oppressed. He has caused Judah and Israel to fall by the sword. Right? And that controversy, this is the controversy the Father have against you guys. He's pleading against Israel. Like he said, testify against him, right? He brought before you guys Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. We already know what Moses did. Moses was a true servant of the Father. And because of you guys' disobedience, Moses didn't even make it to the promised land. He died right there on top of the mountain before he made it to the promised land. Who made it to the promised land was Khalid and Josh. I believe Khalid was from Benjamin and Josh was from Judah. Those who made the promised land, but now Moses, because he was trying to protect the people before the Father, when it hit a rock, mad at the Father, when the Father told him to strike the rock to produce some water, he got mad at the Father and hit the rock. Okay? So that's why Moses did not make it to the promised land. Okay? Now the Father said, should you also count them pure with wicked balances? Why should he count you pure and you have wicked balances and wicked weights? You have an evil heart. No, he's not going to count you pure. Testify against the Father. Why are you coming against him like that? And all he did was showed you guys good to love, have mercy, and walk humbly before God, right? And not only you guys doing all this crazy stuff, but you guys are still walking in the counsels of Ahab. For the statutes of Omri are still kept, right? You guys work in the house of Ahab, sitting up here and praising high idols and stuff, all in the high places, burning incense, sacrificing your children. That's Ahab. It's still going on. We're sacrificing children. We allow them to become something. If they don't know the difference, so when they get older, they get crazy, right? We got people out here, men turning to women. The whole world is upside down. Right? Because we're living in the councils of Omri. We're out here selling our souls, our body. We are performing sexual immortality. These are the councils of Ahab. Remember? This is what Ahab did. Back in the days, the Father loved Israel as a child. Israel was not exposed to all these sexual desires and everything. It took Balaam and Balak, Jeroboam, who was the first one to come in and put all those high places of worship for the devil in Dan and in Bethlehem. That's what Jeroboam did. Jeroboam came in. He was the first one came and put all those idols and everything in those high places of worship of idol and graven images. He put them in Bethlehem. He put them in Dan, right? And the Father's going to tear them down. So when he be talking about that, when he talking about tearing down the images, he mainly talking about what Jeroboam created. Because Jeroboam is who started Israel, to call disobedience and go pray in all those high places, and put all those graven images in the high places. Remember? And the only reason Jeroboam did that, the only reason Jeroboam put all these high places of worship in Bethel and Dan was only because he didn't want the people, he didn't want Israel to go to Jerusalem to pray, right? And to give the glory to the Father. Because if Israel would have went back to Jerusalem to give the glory to the Father, then he was scared Jeroboam was scared that he would lose Israel, and Israel would be back under the power of David and Solomon. That's all that was about. You see how even wicked people can be? Because of what person or what someone can have love for another, that runs people crazy. So right now today, we going through that. Anybody who's working for the Father is being tormented and persecuted by these evil vows. Believe that. And it's an ongoing thing because the Father said, endure to the end, only the strong will survive. So that means we got to keep pushing forth. We got to keep accepting all this persecution, but the Father's still making us strong because of you studying and showing yourself self-approval and going to the Father in spirit and truth. No should form against you. No matter what them vows doing, it will wipe off. The devil gonna keep on sending reinforcements, getting tired over and over again, but the Father gonna keep on pushing back. He gonna get tired, he gonna flee anyway. Okay? So I'm just telling you guys, the Father said testify against him. Whatever he done for you guys so hard you turn your back against him. He pleaded with Israel, right? Your land's desolate, your men falling by the sword, all these plagues coming along, all these curses we experience, the world is upside down. We're in depression. We about to go probably to a civil war, a race war, because Judah is rising. So expect that to take place because Judah is rising, and it's already written, it's already prophesied that when Judah rises is going to be a great war, but the Father going to come with the sword, and his word will be the sword, okay? And take them all out. We will be undefeated. All right, you guys. So I hope I brought you guys some clarification, on why the Father wants you guys to testify against him, okay? I just told you guys why, because the Father's pleading with you guys, and he put all this evidence out there. What is your evidence? All right, you guys. So you guys know I do all these things because, of course, I'm being led by the Father, to bring you guys together, so Israel can rise, Judah can rise as one, right? So we can rise as a messianic nation. And he's using several people, including myself, to bring this forth to you guys. And I know I'm probably shocking many people because they know Latrice probably still young, but they never knew that I was a servant of the Father, that he was actually teaching me ever since a child. I used to teach even when I was a kid, living at 4414 in the projects of Chicago. I was that kid about 8 years old. I used to have a whole bunch of kids. We used to sit on the 4th floor in the projects. We used to play double dutch and jump rope, all these things, and hopscotch, all kind of stuff. But the Father had me at 7 or 8, gather like all these kids, and I would sit in the middle and teach them about God. You see? It was already written. I just didn't know it. History just repeated itself. Because the same way I used to teach those children when they was younger, they was kids, 7 and 8, it was me as a kid doing it. That I'm like, right now today, how was I even doing that? How did I know? Because I was still being led by God, even as a kid. So he was preparing me as a child to teach it now as an adult, right? It was already written. I was already preordained. I just didn't know. History is just repeating itself, okay? So if the Father can use me, he can use you, right? And hey, I ain't got nothing to testify against him. I ain't got no evidence. Hey, he won that case with me. All right, you guys. You guys enjoy this Tuesday. Read the Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth, or biblical instructions before leaving earth. Because once you learn this Bible in and out, I guarantee you, you will overcome everything. Everything. What the Messiah said. He has overcome the world. So he's telling you, if he did it, you can do it. If he overcame the world, you can overcome the world, right? But it's all within gaining the power of the Father, right? Because we are made in the image of him. Gaining his power, learning his word, learning how he walks, learning how he operates, mastering what he do, right? Mimicking what he do and becoming a reflection of the Father, because we are the image of the Father. We are creating this image. So once you guys learn this Bible in and out, I'm talking about not just reading and walking, but I'm talking about getting pen and paper, definition, defining words, but taking your time out at least every day or every other day reading a chapter. And what you don't understand, you define and do research. That's how you study the self-approval. That's how you study the spirit of truth. And I guarantee you 100%, you're going to be a master at overcoming the world, and you will surpass understanding that nobody will never understand. But you will, because you know the Father's in you, and you've been led by the Holy Spirit. All right, you guys, look at here. Share, like, and comment on this video, right? Because in order to get Israel to rise, we got to share. We can't have such people sitting around, want to compete. And because you got this person teaching the word now, you got everybody want to come teach the word, but it's false prophets and wolves in sheep clothing. Make sure you guys decipher, because I've done a video so you guys can know the difference between a false prophet, a wolf in sheep clothing, opposed to a servant and a prophetess of the Lord, okay? And a prophet of the Lord, okay? So you guys know that. And you guys know I've done many videos. So, I'm doing these videos so you guys can learn. Go and search and look through the videos so you guys can learn, right? Because we know better, we do better. And your life is in that Bible. All right, you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. You guys enjoy your Tuesday. Love y'all. Bye now. Peace.